Hi guys, my name's Grace. If you're new here, I do lifestyle, Disney, makeup, beauty, all sorts of different types of vlogs, whatever my passion is at the time. Now we're 188 days out from our Walt Disney World honeymoon and I've got so much exciting content to share. We have had 3 failed attempts to go to our Disney World honeymoon. I'm not going to cover it in this video here, but there's been 3 times that we've planned and almost got to a trip and then had to cancel for one reason or another. Over the years I've watched some really good videos, but now they're a few years old now, so I thought I would do a guide that is a bit more up to date. So in this guide I'm going to tell you everything that I think you need to know when you're planning your Disney World holiday. I'm going to be taking you from the moment you book your trip all the way up to when you leave, and perhaps even past that. If you think I've missed anything or you've got some really cool tips that you want to share, please let us know in the comments box below. I've done a blog post on this myself, so I'm going to link that in the box below. Lots of the things that I reference in this video will be linked in my blog, so when I refer, they'll either be linked in the box below or over on my blog, and it's handy to have something that you can refer back to and have a look at. So the first thing that I think is the most important thing when it comes to planning any holiday, not just a Disney holiday, is having a valid passport. Now, there are rumours out there that say that you need to have 6 months left on your passport if you are flying to America. That is actually not true. I have a link in my blog that takes you directly to the government website that clearly states that your passport needs to be valid for the entire trip. As long as it's valid for the day that you fly back into the UK, you are absolutely safe. Now, I would urge you to check the validity of your passport straight away. This is a very expensive mistake to make if you suddenly find a couple of weeks before your trip that someone in your party has not got a valid passport or it's going to run out during the trip. So check it now, check when you book your trip so you know that you've got that done, you know that that's in the bag. This is the top tip for you. Take a photograph of your passport. Not only is that really handy if your passport does get lost, stolen or damaged, if you're over the age of 21 and you'd like to have a drink, take a picture of your passport on your phone and carry your driving licence with you. Usually on site and Disney Springs, they will accept the photo of your passport and the driving licence together as enough ID to allow you to purchase those. Item number 2 is your ESTA. This stands for Electronic System for Travel Authorization. They cost $14, which is around £11, and it's like a visa. It will allow you to access America. Now, previously, when we went in 2013, we did the application form and we had the ESTA printed within minutes. However, you will find now authorization is taking hours to days to weeks. So don't rely on doing your ESTA last minute. Make sure you do it as soon as you book your trip with those valid passport details on there so that you're all covered. You don't want to have paid for a really great holiday and then not be able to go because you haven't. It's valid for 2 years from when you do your application and you receive it. Now, you don't have to print it. It will flag up in immigration as soon as you enter the United States that you do or do not have an ESTA. I personally do prefer to print everything, only because I'm a little bit of a stress head and I like to know that I've got everything in my little folder ready to go. This is my Disney planning folder, which you can see here. I'm going to do a tour of this in a separate video. And when to go is another popular question that I usually get asked. Now, we have chosen to go in September because it is our wedding anniversary and this is obviously our honeymoon, and it's also Paul's birthday. We also choose September because it's in between 2 lots of school holidays. So it's in between the UK school holidays and the American school holidays. The weather it's hot for us UK guests, but not so hot that you don't want to do anything. The parks tend to be quiet, and also there's the Food and Wine Festival on at Epcot, which we would love to try as well. When deciding when you should book your trip, you should take into account your commitments, what you do for a job. Do you have restrictions on when you can go on holiday? Obviously, if you're a teacher or you have children, you are restricted to the UK school holidays. The other thing that you can take into account is events. So are there events on at Disney that you want to go to? So there's Flower and Garden Festival, Food and Wine Festival, there is the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, Halloween Horror Nights over at Universal. Take into account the different things that you might like to see. So some people want to see baseball games or American football games or basketball games. So you might want to have a look at the seasons for those and who you want to see play. The next thing to consider is how long to go. So I would recommend you going for 10 to 14 days if you're coming from the UK. Now I really want to point out now that it doesn't matter how long you go for, you won't be able to fit everything in. There will be rides that you don't get to ride, restaurants you don't get to eat at, attractions and shows you don't get to see. The key is to prioritise what you want to do. Disney has 4 theme parks and 2 water parks. You may also want to do things off-site, such as Universal Studios or Kennedy Space Centre, Discovery Cove, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, and of course lots of shopping. I would recommend going to the parks in the day and also at night. At night the parks take on a completely different atmosphere when they're all lit up, and there's also the amazing firework displays. Now the Disney firework displays are the best displays I have ever seen in my life. Now my top tip for you is to plan in breaks and rest days. You have no idea how much walking you are going to be doing if you've never gone on a Disney World holiday before. So it's so important that this is a holiday. If you don't plan in breaks and rest days, you will burn out. When planning your Disney World trip, there's so much to learn, but equally there is so much information out there to help you. One of the things I like to do is to order the free planning tools from Disney. Now I'll link that in the box below, and it's also over on my blog. You get the Magic Starts Here brochure, which I'll put up on the screen, and the Little Book of Magic. Now you can also get one from Attraction Tickets, that's this one here. This has handy dividers on it which show you the different parks that it covers. So it covers theme parks and attractions, Disney Resort hotels and Universal hotels, and it's quite cute, it's colourful. I love sitting down with these books and just having a nice drink and just getting excited about the holiday, and that's part of the thing. You just get to explore, see the different restaurants that you might want to eat at, look at the attractions. If you're planning for more than one of you, or you're a couple or a family, you might know the sorts of things that people in your party enjoy, so that you can make sure you plan those in and make your trip personal to you. I am known as a bit of a Disney go-to with regards to friends and people at work, and people at work always ask me about flights. Now, flights can be a bit of a tricky one, so it's important to get it right. If you're an experienced flyer, then you can use comparison websites or searches like Skyscanner, for example. But if you're not so sure, you might want to book a package holiday. So TUI and Virgin do complete holidays where they can guide you through the whole process. You have everything thrown into a package and you just pay that one supplier off, which is great if you really don't know what you're doing and you like things in one place. We personally booked it separately. We booked a fly drive holiday with Virgin. This gave us access to the V room. It meant that we could pay the holiday off gradually, and it also meant that we could choose our seats 300 days out. Now, a fly drive holiday is where you book your flights and your car. We chose to book it so that we have got the car for the middle week of our stay. So you don't have to have a car for the entire trip. As long as you have a car for part of your trip and your flights, you qualify for the fly drive holiday. The next thing that I would urge you to check is your flight times. So depending on how far you live away from the airport, you want to check that your flight is not too early for you, and also you want to check the flight times of when you're landing in Orlando. If you are landing at similar times to other big flights, then you may find yourself in a really big immigration queue. I would really recommend, no matter who you choose to fly with, so whether it's BA or Virgin, they do flying clubs. So this is where you earn miles from your flights, which means that you can get reductions or upgrades as part of your future flights. We've chosen to book economy in the bubble. This is because it's quieter and because of the side storage, and also I think it feels a bit more special just being upstairs where there's less people. I would really recommend you allow time to go through the airport. I have had people say that it's taken them 2 to 3 hours to get through immigration. Equally, other people have spun through in half an hour, but you really don't know until you get there how long you're going to be. There are automatic passport control machines, so if you're quite au fait with technology and they are available, you might want to use those. That might help you to get through quicker. We are not booking any ADRs or fast passes for the night we get there. We're just going to chill and explore our resort. A big debate between all Disney fans is on-site versus off-site. Now, I've done a lot of research and there are lots of options with regards to where to stay. So you could stay at an off-site hotel, you could stay at a villa, you could stay at Disney World, or you could stay at Universal. We've decided for our honeymoon that we're going to stay on-site in the heart of Disney, and we are going to be staying at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort, which is classed as an Animal Kingdom resort. The benefits of staying on-site are extra morning and extra evening hours at the parks. So what that means is that Disney resort guests get to come in earlier or stay later than regular guests or members of the public. We get to book our fast passes at 60 days out rather than 30 days out. We get free transportation from the airport known as Disney's Magical Express, or if you're going back the other way, the Tragical Express, and also free transport throughout Disney. So that's buses, monorails, boats, and also the new Skyliner. One of the things that really appealed to us is that we are eligible for the Disney dining plan. Now, I will mention later on that we booked on the free dining offer, but only resort guests are entitled to purchase a dining plan. And again, I'll tell you more about the dining plan later on. If staying at a resort isn't for you and you're really interested in staying in a villa, I would recommend using a website called HomeAway. We used it before in our 2013 trip. There's lots of options, and you can even search via the map to see which area you want to be in, and you can filter out with regards to which features you want to have or don't want to have. I'll link that in the box below. So you've decided to stay on property, whoop whoop, but the question is, which resort do you want to stay at? Disney have 3 levels of hotel: value, moderate and deluxe. They also have deluxe villas, but I sort of lump that in with deluxe. The value hotels are All-Star Sports, All-Star Music and All-Star Movies, Art of Animation and Pop Century. These resorts are bright, colourful, they've got massive, great big creations. So I'm going to put some of the pictures on screen for you, but you've got American football helmets, you've got Dalmatians, you have a massive Woody, Ariel, Triton, and they are great for families. They've got really nice pools, basic food courts and basic rooms, but if you stay at a value, you're going to have an amazing holiday. Next is the moderate resorts. You've got Caribbean Beach, Port Orleans Riverside, Port Orleans French Quarter and Coronado Springs. These resorts are more beautiful, sophisticated. They do have a Disney touch, but it's much more subtle. You tend to have more dining options. The pools have slides and are slightly more heavily themed. You are closer to the parks and they're just great for grown-ups. Last but not least, you have the deluxe resorts. So these are Beach Club, Yacht Club, Animal Kingdom, Wilderness Lodge, the Polynesian and the Grand Floridian. They are more sophisticated and more luxury, but they are also more expensive. One day we hope to experience a deluxe resort or even try them all. They do look all fantastic and really take you to another world. But for now, we're really, really excited to be going to Coronado Springs. Now you know where you're staying, you need your tickets. If you know what you want to do and which parks you want to visit, you can go onto Attraction Tickets website. I'll link that in the box below. They have a selector where you can put in the attractions that you want to visit and they will create a deal or an offer for you based on your selection. They also have some amazing offers. They have the 14 days for the price of 7, including the amazing Memory Maker for Disney. They also have the 3 for 2 park offer when it comes to Universal. So that's Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure and Volcano Bay for the price of 2. And I also believe that that ticket is not available at the gate. Attraction Tickets do give you the actual cards, the actual tickets. So there's no queuing in line guest services or the ticket and transportation centre to wait for your tickets. You've got your tickets ready to go. If you're not staying on site and you've purchased a Magic Band, you can connect that ticket to your Magic Band, and just like the resort guests, you can tag your Magic Band, put on your fingerprint, and away you go. Another thing to consider is airport parking and transfers within the UK. Now, if you live really close to an airport, that's not something you have to worry about, but if, like me, you do live a couple of hours away, this is something that you should book in advance. You could consider using trains, taxis or buses to help you get there. We've chosen to drive up the night before and stay at the Premier Inn Gatwick North, and we're going to be using the long stay parking. Now we choose to park our car in the long stay car park and keep our keys. We get to choose our bay where we want our car to be. There's a free shuttle bus to the terminal that takes 5 to 7 minutes. I would recommend you use comparison sites because they can help you get the best deal. Also, sometimes the hotels and parking packages come up better and cheaper, but this time I saved money by booking everything separately. The great thing about Premier Inn Gatwick North is it's literally just across the other side of the road to the Gatwick North Terminal, which is where we'll be flying from. When you're out in America, you are going to need to get out and about. So one of the things that I would consider is how confident you are in driving in other countries. If you're quite confident or you're willing to give it a go, car hire could be a great option. You don't have to have a car for the entire trip like I've mentioned. We're going to be using the Magical Express to get us from the airport to the resort. Our middle week of our 3-week trip is when we're going to be having a car. We're going to be picking it up from the Disney's car care centre and dropping it off there. Remember, if you do decide to hire a car, is that you do need to consider the hire of the car itself, sufficient insurance, tolls, and of course, if you don't want to have a car, there is Ubers and Lyfts. Lyfts are the ones that have the minivans. And also there is the iTrolley and regular busing. We chose to have a car because we wanted the freedom of going shopping. We're going to be going to Universal. We're going to be going to the Mall at Millennia. So we wanted to have the freedom of going off-site. We're also going to be going to at least one car show while we're there. So we really wanted to have the freedom of our own car. So I've mentioned it twice already, so now let's explain it. Disney's Magical Express. So it's a free transport service from Orlando International, or NCO as it's otherwise known, to your Disney resort. The link for you to book your Magical Express is in my blog. I would recommend that UK guests print or screenshot your confirmation that comes from Disney. Again, I like to have everything printed, so I'm going to have a printout of mine. Top tip for you here, take your luggage with you. So when you've come off of your flight and you've gone through security, you can go and collect your luggage. Don't put it back on the carousel for Disney to deliver. If you do, you can be waiting a very long time for it. I like the idea that I've got everything that I need with me straight away and I can unpack when I get back to my resort. A really useful thing to have when planning your Disney World trip is the My Disney Experience app. If you've not already downloaded it, I suggest you do it now. Not only is it great for keeping your plans in one place, but it's helpful for you to know what rides you might want to go on, what events are on while you're out there. You can also check all the different restaurants and menus so that you know what you might be eating. It also includes park maps, show time, ride wait times, and this is where you'll be booking your advanced dining reservations and your fast passes. Resort guests get a free magic band as part of their booking package. The colours are red, blue, yellow, green, purple, pink and grey. They also give you the facility to upgrade your magic band to one of the special designs, and these seem to change. I would recommend choosing your magic band on the website as it's much easier to find and easier to do on a PC or laptop than it is to try and do it on the mobile app. You also get to have your name printed on the inside of the band, so as this is our honeymoon, I'm going to be having Mrs. Scott imprinted on the inside. Your magic bands are waterproof. You can remove the grey so that it's for children or guests with smaller wrists, or as Jade Billington likes to say, you can be part of the Magic Band Tail Club. If you want to know what that is, head over to her blogs. You use your magic band for checking into your FastPass Plus, for checking into your dining reservations, and if you connect it to your resort room, you can even pay for purchases. One of the great things about staying on site at Disney is that you're eligible to take part in the Disney dining plans. Now, if you're not staying on site, you cannot buy these plans. I love the dining plan because it's so easy. You use your magic band, you can pay for your snacks, you can pay for drinks, quick service food and your main meals. You don't have to carry money or a card. It's all paid for in advance and you can just enjoy it and order what you want to order. There are 3 levels of dining plan. So you have the quick service dining plan, the standard Disney dining plan and the deluxe dining plan. The quick service includes 2 quick service credits, 2 snack credits, a refillable mug, a drink with your quick service and your table service meal. The standard dining plan includes 1 quick service credit, 1 table service credit, 2 snack credits, a refillable mug, and also drinks with your quick service and table service meals. The deluxe plan includes 3 table service or quick service meals, 2 snack credits, a refillable mug, and also drinks with your meals. Just to clarify, a quick service meal is a meal where you go and order. So you stand in a queue, you have a tray, you order your food, and you go and select your own table. Now this isn't just fast food like chips and burgers. You can get omelettes, you can get fish, you can get sushi. There's lots of different options. Table service is like an ordinary restaurant where you are sat by a waiter or waitress and given a menu, and then you order your food. Slightly more upmarket with traditional cutlery and crockery, and just a little bit more adult. And you also have signature restaurants at Disney. These are 2 table service credits, but they are your posh restaurants. Think sort of Michelin star restaurants or your upper end restaurants at home. While we're on the subject of food, let's talk about free dining. Now, the free dining offer is the most amazing offer that Disney offer to UK guests. What this is for select dates, which for this year coming, I'm just looking at my notes here, is from the 1st of January to the 29th of March, and from the 19th of April to the 3rd of October for the following year. If your trip falls between those dates, you are eligible for what is known as free dining. The offer is usually launched between March and April. So we're in March now. From the end of this month to the end of next month, we should have the offer launched. One little tip is to have a look at the travel agent windows, because they usually start prepping their front windows when their offer is about to be launched. If you stay at a value resort, you'll be given free breakfast. If you stay at a moderate resort, you'll be given the free quick service dining plan. And if you stay at a deluxe resort, you'll be given the free standard Disney dining plan. Now you can upgrade from these no matter which one you're at. So if you're at the value resort, you can upgrade to a deluxe dining plan if you like. We are staying at a moderate resort and we have chosen to upgrade to the Disney dining plan, and we will save the money that we upgraded for, which was £250 each. We'll get that money back in 3 table service meals. Top tip for you here is it is worth checking your numbers. For example, if you're looking at staying at a value resort and upgrading to the quick service dining plan, it may be worth having a look at the cost of staying at a moderate resort with the quick service dining plan included. Something I would really recommend you do is to make a plan. Now, you don't have to plan every single second of your Disney World trip, but it's really helpful that you know where you're going to be on each day so that you can take advantage of the Disney Fast Passes and also to book your advanced dining reservations. Advanced dining reservations are also a really exciting part of the trip, and it is your first big milestone. At 180 days out, you can book your table service and some quick service restaurant. When it launches, you can book the first 10 days of the trip, and for every day after that, you have to book that individually every day. Also, it's important to note that you can book your ADRs even if you are paying out of pocket. If you want to eat at the most popular restaurants such as California Grill, Chef Mickey, Cinderella's Royal Table, Ohana, you're going to need to book those at 180 days out. Those reservations are hard to come by and you won't want to be disappointed. I'll do a separate video for the advanced dining reservations that we get for our trip, because as I said, we're 8 days away to booking those. Fast passes are one of the most exciting things to book for your Disney World trip. The Fast Pass Plus system is where you can book 3 rides for you to ride that you have little or no queue. These you can book 60 days out if you are staying on site and 30 days out if you are staying off site. What I would recommend you do is to book them quite close together. So let's say 11, 12 and 1, or 12, 1 and 2, depending on when you get to the park. That way, once you've used your last Fast Pass that you've pre-booked, you can then start booking one at a time. Now, you can book your Fast Pass, and then once you've clicked your magic band and you're in the queue, you can be searching for your next one. This means that you can ride a lot of your favourite rides without standing in queues for a long time. All the parks apart from the Magic Kingdom do have a tiered system. Now, if you go over to my blog, I've put on there the tiered system that's done by the wonderful Dad. Memory Maker, as I said before, is included in most tickets that you buy for UK guests. What this is it's Disney's photo package. So this includes all the professional or photo pass photography that's done by Disney's professional photographers. So these are the photos, for example, in front of the castle or the Tree of Life. You also get all of your ride photos, and some of them even do videos. You also get photos at character meets and character dining. You can download to your phone straight away from the app, which is great for Instagram. And also when you get home, you have 45 days after your trip to download them all to your PC. But this is something that I think is really, really amazing. The idea that you've got all of those memories from your trip to treasure forever. You can print them out, you can just keep them online. You've got those memories with you. Something that's really important to book, not just for a Disney holiday, is travel insurance. Now, it's important to remember in America there is no NHS. Everybody has their own health insurance, and there's no exception for UK guests. If you do need to go to hospital, you want the assurance that you can get the best care available with your insurance. Also, it's great protection, so that if you have to cancel or postpone your trip, you will get your money back. You can book annual or single trip cover depending on your travelling style. If you go on several trips a year, you might want to go for the annual. If you're a one trip a year sort of person, a single trip cover might work well for you. We have chosen to take travel insurance through my bank. Now, my bank does have a worldwide coverage, including gadget cover. Make sure you do check yours, because I know some banks do only offer EU cover. You can also use comparison sites to make sure you're getting the best deal for what you want. There are so many nice things at Disney World that I'm sure you're going to be wanting spending money. So a question that's asked a lot is prepaid travel cards versus cash. For us, we do prefer to take both. It's important to have money for tipping, because in America that is part of the culture. So we'll need to tip our driver from the Magical Express at resort, bow services. For parking and lockers, you also are required to have cash. But also a big thing to remember, that if you have the Disney dining plan, you still need to pay gratuities. So that's tips on your meal, which is usually around 18%. We also have a Starling bank account. So that is a full bank account, but you can use it abroad with no charge. It is a card that you can turn on and turn off, which is great for safety. We're also being paid when we're out there, so we can boost our spending money just a little bit by transferring money for free over from our main accounts into our Starling account. You can connect your Starling card to your Magic Band for charging things to your room if you're a resort guest. I would also remind you to tell your bank that you are going abroad. Then you won't get problems with transactions being stopped for fraud. They will know it's you, and they'll know you're away. One of the things that I love to do to build excitement up to my Disney World trip is to watch vlogs. Now, I hardly ever watch TV because I'm always watching other people's Disney trips. I love it because they're so excited, which makes me feel excited, and also it's a great way to see what rides I might want to ride, all the different restaurants and the food that's ordered, all the different resorts, and of course the parks themselves. There are so many great vloggers on YouTube. I'm probably going to forget some people, but there's That UK Disney Couple, Get Binky, Nathan Staker, The Lodge Guys, Eleanor Dreaming, Jay Binnington, Crispy Small, Call Me Kim, Disney in Detail, and so many people. They all do their own different styles and their different ways of doing it. Some of them are more factual based, other people are more excited and taking you on for the ride, but they're all brilliant and I would recommend you check them all out. Well, that's it. Everything I think you need to know to plan the most magical Disney trip. Thank you very much for staying with me. I know it was a long video. I have so much more Disney content coming up, so many different things to tell you about. So please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Let me know about your Disney countdowns and your thoughts on Disney and your favourite resorts in the comments box below. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Bye!